back at the beginning of the year, I was planning on making a channel focused on graphic design and art. And let's just say that with everything going on in my life back then, I really couldn't commit to it 100%. But I did have one video ready, and honestly, I don't remember making it. So with that being said, here's a little bit of a throwback video from the beginning of the year. That's a little bit of bonus content for you guys, so enjoy. PurpleCliff. If you clicked on this video, you know who he is. He's a Pokemon YouTuber, and his comedy is interesting.
It's me, sir. Give me the old rod. Subscribe to PurpleCliff. Here's what we found living at the bottom of the Indian Ocean.
Now, their cameras are the very first in history to film in this inhospitable landscape.
I know this is probably a meme, but I love the Science Channel on TikTok.
Hunter.
So fast.
But what about his merch? Let's go check it out. PurpleCliff has a website called Cliffside, and his merch is very questionable. While looking at it, I saw 4 designs that I instantly wanted to change. One sweatshirt resembles a Harvard college sweatshirt, which doesn't really match who he is. One is pretty much just Ditto's face, which I get why he has it, because he didn't have a channel mascot before. But now that he has Cliffy, I don't really understand why. And he has a t-shirt and shorts that are Cliffside, but they revolve around some flora? Now my sketching is really awful, and I did have to fight with a pen to get this started, but after about 30 minutes or so, I've come up with 4 designs that I really am inspired to make. That was too aggressive. So originally I was going to be making the cool Cliffs logo, but things really didn't go as planned, and after looking at like 20 different fonts, more like 200, none of them worked. The sizing I wanted wasn't working, and making a brand new font is way too tough, so instead I took more of a goofy approach. For the first approach, I had a design that was in my mind that I really wanted to utilize. Gradients. Gradients aren't really popular anymore and are known as tacky. They haven't been popular since the late 2000s. Now, if used correctly, they can look really nice, but used wrong and they could look really tacky. For the sweatshirt, I wanted to utilize a gradient, and originally I went for a more darker tone, but after adding Cliffy, I ended up using a whitewash effect, which I think turned out really good. Black just didn't work for Cliffy, and I think using a brighter tone also made the shirt look way better. I give you the whitewash. Now the hoodie gave me a clear direction. I wanted to make it more of a color block hoodie than it was originally, so I added more colors and kept the mostly purple aesthetic. I wanted to keep the design fun and happy. The main issue actually was just finding colors that would have matched the main body color that I wanted. But once I did, this was really easy and it came together really well. One thing that I find hilarious that was a struggle was actually Cliffy. So I learned that Cliffy didn't look well if you inverted the way he was looking. He looked really weird if you tilt him at all. If he's not facing the right, he's bad. But besides that, it's really just funny. And I gave it the name Cliffy Blocks. Okay, so now the t-shirt was a bit weird. I wanted to originally do a pair of shorts with it, but after looking for mock-ups for about 20 minutes, I found nothing. Once again, Cliffy was my biggest issue. Cliffy's going to be the death of me, I swear. But Cliffy's such a weird and unique character that I'd like a little gag guy. He's funny, but when it comes to putting him on merch, I learned why they didn't use him for merch. He's very awkward to use. His coloring, his shape, his positioning of everything is weird. And yes, you can always just make a new Cliffy, but is that Cliffy if it's a new Cliffy? It kind of doesn't make sense. On top of that, finding a way to utilize Cliffside, since I'm kind of merging the two previous designs into one kind of was weird. Finding the right colors, finding the right sizes for everything was a struggle. And at one point I just froze and was like, okay, what am I doing? Let me revisit this. Let me think. What colors could work? That was my biggest struggle. Cliffy's size makes it hard to work with odd colors. And purple's always a weird color to work with. I could have made it black, but I wanted to stick away from black. And I had to result into using ChatGPT. And after talking to ChatGPT, I was like, hey, give me complementary colors because I'm too stupid to know what a complementary color is. And it gave it to me and it turned out fairly okay. I'm going to say this is definitely my least favorite design out of the three. At the end of the day, I named it the Cliffy Tee because what else am I going to name it? It's a t-shirt with Cliffy on it. Looking back at this video, even though I don't remember making the video itself, I remember making these designs. And I'm really glad I kept everything I had from it. The design was about 90% done, and even looking back at it, I think the designs are really well made, and I'm really tempted to go back and rework some of these designs, and even rework some of his other merch, because it just seems like something interesting to do. And who knows, maybe something will come out of this video.